Hi there, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT. It's time for our Facebook Live. So I'm so happy to have you here, whether you are watching the replay, whether you're part of the replay crew, or if you're able to catch this live. Now I do upload this video to YouTube, so you may be watching over there as well. So welcome to everyone. Very happy to have you here. I so appreciate you being with me. And I think you're going to be glad that you tuned in today. I have a really fun project. Wait just a minute to let this pop up in some news feeds. I know sometimes that can take a second. Haven't done a weather report in a little while, but it is pretty warm here in Texas now. Our spring is done. We just went straight to summer. It's been in the 90s, so pretty warm outside. But at least in the mornings it's nice and comfortable. Oliver's here with me. You may hear those little nails clicking. He loves to be underneath my table when I'm working and making videos, so that's Oliver. So welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Just a reminder, I can't see comments while I'm actually creating the project, but I love to go back and see your comments after the video's over. So be sure to leave those for me. I appreciate that. And then be sure that you're commenting, because that is what enters you for a chance to win our prize each week. And I will share with you who the prize winner was from last week and what I have for this week at the end of the video. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started crafting. So happy to have you here with me. Let me start first by sharing some of the product that we're going to be using today to create a really fun way that you can gift your handmade cards. I love doing that for friends, family, co-workers. This would also be a great project if you do like vendor or craft fairs, or you sell your cards. So let's get started here. First, I've got the Evening Evergreen Window Pane ribbon. This is just a lovely ribbon that carried over into our new annual catalog, so it's going to work perfectly with all 4 of the cards that we're going to have today. So I pulled that out. And then I pulled out a stamp set that you're probably pretty familiar with at this point. I've used it a couple of times now. So Happiness Abounds. I love the way it's got the little, beginning and end to the sentiment. Just such beautiful sentiments. I love what they say. They're just so pretty. So we're actually using just sentiments out of this set today. And then I got my swatch books in. Fellow demonstrator Brian King makes these swatch books with each new catalog. And so I always order them from him because it just makes it super quick and easy to show you a little swatch of the designer series papers. So this one is called Lovely in Linen. At this point, I only have the paper from this suite, but it is just gorgeous. So let me show you these papers. Some awesome patterns, both the A and B side. Really pretty. So you've got Pale Papaya, Night of Navy, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent. This is the new Sweet Sorbet. So just gorgeous paper. Really drawn to this one. I was going to look and see if there are any other colors that I didn't mention. I think I got them all. So really pretty paper. And then I want to share with you, this is a little, well, we made it as a tea bag holder in my bingo a couple of weeks ago. And we actually used, let me stop and think, the Tea Boutique and the new In Colors in that bingo event. Now this is a 6x6 piece of paper. It's super easy to make these little tea bag holders. And what I did this past weekend, I went to a retreat that was hosted by my BFF LaDonna, and I made this little table favor for each of the girls there, and I did the very same thing. It's a 6x6. I just used the Ghirardelli chocolates to fill them. So that works. I went ahead and I pulled out, let me see if I can find it now. I may have buried it. I pulled out a gift card, and it's just a little bit too small. I was going to show you that. It's really not gift card size. I mean, I guess it could be if you wanted it to be. That didn't really work for me, but it worked really well for these chocolates. And I'm sure there are other things that we could find to fill them with. So while we were playing bingo and we were crafting and having fun, a couple of the girls mentioned, because this is 6x6, what could you make if you expanded this? If you maybe used an 8x8 piece of paper or a 10x10. And I think the key is to keep those measurements, keep it a square. So that made me stop and think, what could I do if I used a 12x12 piece of paper? Could I make something like this and would cards fit down inside? So this is the little prototype that I made. This is actually made with some paper that just retired recently, but super cute and similar to what we're going to be using today. So what is awesome, I'm going to flip this around so you don't get a sneak peek yet of the cards, but it fits 2 cards in envelopes on both sides. So you're able to gift 4 cards with this cute little holder, and it stands up. So I thought this turned out really cute. It is a 12x12 piece of paper, and so we're going to start by making the little holder, and I'll share with you how easy it is to do that. So let me move all of these things back out of the way a little bit. I'm going to take a look right quick. Okay, we're good. Now I'm first going to bring in my scoreboard, and mine happens to be a Martha Stewart scoreboard. It's just, this was one of the first things that I bought when I started paper crafting, before I ever even knew that Stampin' Up! Existed. But we do have a scoreboard also available in our catalog. Let me move it for just a second because I really forgot the first step. So the first thing you want to do is pick a pretty paper that you love. So this is a gorgeous pattern from this new Lovely in Linen. You want to make sure that it's a paper that it doesn't really matter the direction. And we're just going to take it and we are going to fold it on the diagonal. So this is the same no matter whether you're making the 6x6 version or the 12x12. You fold it on the diagonal, the very first step. Now you want to line it up as best you can, but don't worry. This is a pretty forgiving little project. So now I'll bring my scoreboard in. I'm actually going to just set the long side, make sure that I'm in the camera. I think that's pretty good. We're going to put the long side up against the side of the scoreboard, and I'm going to score it at 1 inch. So I'm just going to put my scoring tool there and run it down to the end of the board. My paper is a little bit longer than the board, but that's okay. So again, I'll find it at 1 inch, come through and score. Now, I'll just turn that paper over to the other side and to the other end. Go back to 1 inch. Make sure I get in the right notch and score down to the end again. Okay, that's our first step. Next, we're going to take the long end and put it at the top of the scoreboard. And we're going to come in to 6 inches. Let me pull this back just a tiny bit. Find the 6-inch mark, and we're going to score it down. We'll do that a couple times because we do have that folded over. Make sure it goes through. Flip it over again. Back in at the 6-inch mark and score. And that's all we have to do. So just to go back over that one more time, fold your paper on the diagonal, put your paper in your scoreboard, long side here, 1 inch, flip it over, 1 inch, then the long side at the top, score at 6 inches, flip it over, and score at 6 inches again. Now we're done with our scoring. Now we're just going to be folding on those score lines. So first thing is to fold on this point, fold that in. Now on my 6x6, it comes out where it doesn't go all the way to the score line, but this is just a little bit of a zhuzh that you have to do, is bend this piece back a bit right at that score line. Works out fine. Then here we're folding over, and again you can see it goes beyond the paper, so we're just going to bring that back to the edge of our paper. Don't have to worry about that, don't have to measure it or anything. Now I like to go ahead and fold this in half, so we're going to find that middle score line and feel it there, and just fold that over. I'm just using my fingers to burnish that. Then we're going to fold it back. I just find that I like to do it that way. I like to make sure that that's broken those fibers a little bit and it's a little bit pliable. I realize that needs to be folded the other way, or it would have shown. Okay. So now we've got to have the pockets to the outside. I hope I'm not confusing you. We're just going to fold back now. You've got 3 score lines at the bottom. We'll fold that back. We'll flip it over and fold this back as well. And it's going to line up at the top. And there's our little holder, and it's going to stand up once we adhere that top part together. So let me unfold it and show you one more time how we're going to do our folding. Okay, got our paper scored. Fold in, and this little piece back. Fold in your other side, and tuck this piece under so that it doesn't show on the outside. Now I like to fold in that center score line. And I mean, you really can do it both ways. We'll fold on that center score line. And then we'll fold these back to create the little pouches. And what we'll do is come in with some glue and adhere that top. Let's go ahead and do that right quick. That really is all the glue that you need. When I did these with the tea bags, I punched a hole and ran some ribbon through. I didn't use any adhesive at all. But for this card holder, I'm gonna do it just a little bit differently. So we'll put just a little bit of liquid glue up here towards the top. Don't get too much. And I'll bring those points together. And we'll give that just a second to dry. And in the meantime, pull out a card and an envelope, and you're going to be able to fit 2 on each side. Oops, I let that glue slip, didn't I? Let's see if I can get it back. But hey, it's not perfect, it's handmade. It's gonna be okay. It's off just a tiny bit, that's okay. So we're actually gonna be able to put 2 cards and envelopes on either side, so it's so cute. Okay, let's bring in the ribbon right quick. And I will make a pretty good sized bow. I'm going to attach up there at the top. This ribbon is just really pretty. It's got a little texture to it, and it's easy to work with. Find my snips, cut those tails off. We're just going to add that at the top. So that will be then the front of my holder. I have some other bows already created for the cards that we're going to make, but I'll grab a couple glue dots off this roll so that I can add a ribbon to our card holder right up there. And you could really put one on either side if you wanted to, but look how easy that is, y'all. So cute and so easy. So let's set it aside for a minute. Let's work on some cards. I've got a fun layout for you again today, and I went ahead and created a couple of projects to share with you that are already made. So this paper is just fantastic. I just took a white card base for each of the cards since it's a set, and I cut a piece of cardstock that coordinated. This one happens to be soft succulent, and it is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then I cut 2 pieces of designer series paper. What's great about our paper packs is you know it's going to coordinate, so you can actually use the A and B side, or you can mix and match. So I cut 2 pieces that are 4 inches by 3 inches. And then for this top piece, I matted it with a piece of white cardstock that is 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. Gave a little bit of division between those 2 pieces of paper, helped make my focal image really stand out. And then it also kind of mimics our border of the card. So that's the soft succulent version. And then here is the pale papaya version. And now on my Finding Inspiration videos on Fridays, during the month of May, we have been decorating the inside of the projects that I show and create on Wednesdays. So my Finding Inspiration video, I try really hard to get it posted Friday morning over on YouTube. I'll share the link to my YouTube channel in the description of this video here on Facebook. But what we do is find inspiration in our crafting. In the month of May, we're really working hard to get those insides of our cards decorated and also our envelopes. This week, I'm going to be using die cuts, die cut pieces or dies to help me decorate the inside. And I've got some really cool ideas for you, so I hope you'll join me. Now, if you just are on Facebook and you don't use YouTube, Friday afternoon I share the link. So you'll still be able to see the video if you would like to. Okay, I've got too much on my table. Let me move a couple of things. And we'll work on a couple of cards that are going to go into our cute little holder. So this time I've got one that is with the sweet sorbet paper. Just used a couple more patterns of the paper. I'm loving this new in color. It's really pretty. So I'm just going to mat this piece of designer series paper on that little piece of white. It's just a very small bit larger than the designer series paper. And then while that dries for a second, we'll go ahead and add this piece over here to our card front. I really love sharing layouts with you that are super versatile. I think this would make such a cute project at the holidays if you like to gift your Christmas cards to people, or even if people purchase. I talked to a friend this weekend, and Judy said she sold about $200 worth of cards at the holidays, so that's really awesome. Of course, like I said, vendor markets, craft fairs, What a cute display this would be to have this little holder. So I just kind of layer that on. And I do leave a little bit larger border at the top. I just like the way that looks, but you could definitely position this the way that you like it. You could certainly go that other way. Let me make sure I get that somewhat straight there. And we'll just add this, oops, that was too much glue, to the card front now. I got a question the other day about a comment about using liquid glue and why my cardstock doesn't get kind of wiggly. And I think the secret really is that Stampin' Up! Cardstock is great quality. It's thicker and it can stand up to using the liquid glue, and you want to be judicious with your liquid glue usage too. Don't use too much. Oops. As I get it all over the place, right? Oh goodness. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab my chamois and try to get that glue up while it's still damp. Okay. And I'll just need to make sure and wash that chamois before I use it on my stamps here in a little bit. Okay, I went ahead and stamped sentiments. Did a lot of work ahead of time because my main focus today was showing you that little holder, making sure that you knew the measurements and how to fold it. And these are pretty simple, straightforward little cards. I think this one I may pretty much line up in the center of that panel. And then as you saw, I have some bows already made. And I'll do this sometimes. The other day I punched or die cut a lot of tiny little flowers. And as I went, I added them to the roll of glue dots just to keep track of them. So we'll add, I think this will go right up here. I think that would look pretty right there. Now our in color ribbon from last year did carry over, so that would be really cute with this as well. But I thought that that window pane ribbon went with all of these. We've got one more to put together. And again, white card base, keeping it super simple. And we will go ahead and adhere. Or did I already? I did. Try not to make these videos super long, because I know you've got things to do today too, but I love having a little bit of time to craft with you. So here we've got the Night of Navy in soft succulent in this piece of designer series paper. That's really pretty together. Kind of has a masculine vibe at this point before I put this other layer, doesn't it? That's an idea there. This would be a good layout for a masculine card. And just kind of eyeball, get that lined up where I want it. I love the color combo of this paper. Really pretty. We'll add this panel. And I hope you'll stick with me for just a few more minutes, because I do have a prize to announce. I think I still have a little bit of glue on my table. I'm not even sure how I managed to do that. And then this time I have the happy birthday sentiment. Put a lid on my liquid glue, and we'll pop this up with dimensionals as well. And we're almost done. Okay, I think this one I may kind of bring over. Put it on right side up, Carrie. Bring over to the side and kind of mimic one of the other cards that I created. Bring it over to the right side. And we'll grab that other little bow that I pre-made. And we'll add it over here. And we'll look at this one. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so there's our Night of Navy version. Let me go ahead and bring them all back in so you can take a look at the cards. And then we will load up our little holder with 2 envelopes. And again, Friday I'll be decorating the envelopes, the inside of the cards, so hope you will come back to watch that. And I think what I'll do is let's put the envelopes in first, and then we'll do the cards. And you want to be a little bit careful, you know, with the ribbon, and if any embellishments are on your cards, be gentle. We'll put the other 2 envelopes. I think you could even put some candy in there if you wanted to. Be nice. So there's our cute little gift, and it stands up, and I actually think my supervisor's out the rest of the week at work taking a much deserved break, but I think I'm gonna have this on her desk on Monday morning to welcome her back. I think she would like that. So there's our project for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little holder. I'll set it aside now and just go over a couple things I want to share with you. Our beautiful new annual catalog is available. If you do not have one in your hands and you would like one, please let me know. I'd love to send you one, get one to you. The supplies that we use today are in this catalog. And then we do have an awesome joining special going on right now. So if you want to try out being a demonstrator, now would be a fabulous time through the end of May. Stampin' Up! Is adding a bonus of $66.50 worth of new in color product. So what a fabulous bonus. If you have any questions, you can just let me know and I'll help you with that. There's no pressure being a demonstrator. You can really make it whatever you want, whether you want to just be a happy shopper and get the discount, or if you'd really like to make it a business like I've done, anything in between. And then let me show you some happy mail that I have gotten. Now, it's not really something that came in the mail, but I wanted to share with you the treats that I got at the retreat that I attended this past weekend. There's one more. Okay, so let me confess. This had Milano cookies, a small package inside. They're not in there anymore. They were delicious, but this was really, really cute. My friend Shelly and my new friend Nancy gave us this one day, and it was just darling with the Milano cookies. I think there's lots of different things that you could fit inside there, but super, super cute. And then on our table are favors from our hostess LaDonna. A couple of really cute things. This is the new stamp set called Songbird, and so this functioned. Do I still have it? No, I've got it flipped over. Let me fix it where it's right. Okay, so now the little bird's in the nest. It had my name, so this functioned as our name plate at our table. So cute. And then look inside, there's seed packets. Isn't that a great idea? This is just a little treat bag. Now these treat bags are retired, but we have other treat bags in our catalog. But isn't it so sweet? I loved it. And then she also had this cute little treat. And I'm not sure if these treat bags carried over or not, but I think there's something else like this in the catalog. But isn't this darling as well? So we got this cute little treat. And do I have it? Let me look. Yeah, I had that one upside down too. Sorry guys, with the little squirrel. So cute. So that we always have so much fun at retreats. And it's great because people make little gifts for each other. I also have over here, I was going to share this with you. My friend Judy joined us for the retreat, and she actually laminated the grid paper for the Stamparatus and also a regular size piece of grid paper for all of us. So cool. She provided scissor charms too, and I have misplaced mine. I'm going to have to find it. So we just have so much fun. But if you just want to make little treats like that and put on your coworker's desk, it's awesome. Just something little like that can really make somebody's day. Okay, our giveaway from last week. They are the awesome iridescent rhinestones that I love. And they are going to my sweet friend Becky. So congratulations, Becky, for being the winner of the random draw. And then this week, since we're using some of the in colors from last year, went ahead and grabbed some of the gems. They're brand new in this new catalog using last year's in colors. So super, super pretty and sparkly and shiny. So these are the giveaway for this week. Leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up or a heart, and that will enter you automatically. Then I do have one piece of Happy Mail to share with you today. And this is a gorgeous Nurses Day card from my sweet, wonderful friend Mary. She is also a nurse, and it's just beautiful. I love this fold, and she did such a nice job. And since we're working on the inside of our cards, I just wanted to point out how she used the designer series paper and then just a small piece of cardstock. She just had a short, quick, sweet message, and so that's all she really needed. But isn't that a neat fold and such a beautiful card? So thank you, Mary. You always make me feel so special, and I loved getting that in the mail. Okay, let me know if you have any questions at all. I would love to help you. If you need a catalog, I hope you will stop by YouTube and watch Friday Finding Inspiration video about 7:30 Friday, and then I hope to see you back again next week at 10 a.m. Wednesday for another Facebook Live. Thank you.